Hello and welcome everyone, I am Madals and this is another StarCraft 2 England cast. Today I have got a game from the qualifiers of the HP Trophy 2 and it is between TSLPolt, the blue Terran player in the lower left position, and MillAdel, the orange Protoss in the top right. The map is Daybreak and boy oh boy am I looking forward to this. But TvP action, which means we should see the point where gateway units are really strong. The point where Stim, Marine Marauders and Medevacs are just like, oh my god, unstoppable! And then we'll see the shenanigans that are, of course, High Templar storming their way through the battlefield, Colossi massing up and just splashing everything, Vikings putting an end to the giant walkers that are completely inspired by War of the Worlds, and of course those ghosts sniping away at the HTs and Archons, etc. So that is a quick little rundown of what we should expect. Maybe more in a bit detail I will go into, maybe a bit more detail I'll go into in a bit, rather, is what I was trying to say. But for the moment, let's take a look at the map. We of course have the supply depot down there, so no wall-offs or anything like that. The natural base, not too hard to take, quite easy to defend, really pretty neutral in that respect. The third base, you got two choices. You got the center base or you got the down base. Now, for the Protoss, I reckon we'll see this third base. Just a bit more common. For the Terran, usually they like taking this one. That's because they can then defend their natural quite easily by just holding this area, which for Terran isn't too hard. May see some variation, it just depends what kind of style they like playing, to be honest. There's some dead space down the back, so drops are possibilities. But to be honest, we'll wait and see what's going to play out. There's so many different options available in this matchup. It's absolutely beautiful. Now, we do have the gas down there for Polt. It was after the barracks, so that's all fine, not super rushing anything out. And just really taking a look, it all looks okay. So let's think about kind of a bit more detail of what we should see. I reckon Polt probably going to go for a relatively fast expansion. It won't be super fast because he has got a gas down, and by getting a gas you are delaying any kind of expansion for quite a long time, but that may be used for a tech lab, for example, on that barracks. Could be basically used for something fun. We do have an SCV moving across the map as well, so I'm interested to see what that's going to be used for. Meanwhile, Adel Chrono boosting out those probes, so that's definitely an indicator not going to go for some kind of one base play or anything like that. We do have this Marine running around everywhere, just keeping an eye out that there's no kind of proxy things anywhere because they're always dangerous. And Polt actually getting the second gas now, so not going to be expanding anytime soon at all. We do have the factory on its way down. Meanwhile, Adel going for that one gate expo. That is very, very economically focused, and basically means that if whatever Polt's doing in the early game doesn't deal enough damage, Adel is going to be in an amazing position, like super amazing. This SCV does scouting though, so it's all now given away what's going to be going on. This factory, I'll be interested to see what that's going to be used for. There's various different options available. And well, we've got these Marines just running out everywhere, getting good information of what's going on, making sure that no probes get in for the scout. And that is really quite critical, because if you deny scouting, especially in a position out here, well, then Adel's going to be like, is there a base here? Isn't there a base here? I don't know. And not knowing is pretty much the worst thing. It's like being scared of the dark. It's not the dark you're scared of, it's what could be in there. And as you can see, things are looking very dark for Adel. So, here we go. We do have the tech lab coming down. We've got the starport coming down as well. We're interested to see what that's going to be used for. Obviously, Banshees are a possibility. Could see a medevac out for drop tech as well. There's various things. A second gateway and a third gateway in production now for Adel there. And a pylon just really, really close far forward. We do have more Marines everywhere. That Stalker going to be denied. That is not going to be able to punch up through those Marines, especially once it starts taking huge amounts of damage like that, and it's just going to be like, nope, I'm out of here. Going back home, going to go and sit by a watchtower. Or may try and sneak in the other way, at which point there's going to be more Marines there, and that Stalker's going to be just like, what does the universe have against me? What have I done to deserve this? And, well, unfortunately, what you've done to deserve this is be up against TSLPolt, who is just playing beast mode, and that Stalker is literally just at the end of it. Now, I do have, of course, a cloak coming down here. We've got the factory getting a tech lab on it as well. We've got a reactor on the barracks, and Cloak and, well, the Banshee are going to be very, very effective here, especially since the robotics facility only just started. Is it going to get over there in time before the observer comes out? We will wait and see. Obviously, the first Banshee nearly finished. The scouting still being denied, but the most critical thing I'm seeing, no expansion out of Polt. The lack of expansion says, I am so committed to this one base play, I'm just going to flat out win or I'm going to lose. That is really what it's saying. If you haven't expanded at this point, especially when you know your opponent went for a Nexus first build, you know you are so far behind economically. It isn't even funny. It's like one of those comedians who stand up and everyone's just like, low what? And as you can see, the worker difference is huge. 39 to 26, and Adel's still just pumping them out. Getting up the third gas right there. Looking back though, we've got quite a few Marines sitting absolutely everywhere. Tank out as well, the Banshee out. Cloak nearly finished. This could just be an almighty push in the front. We do have the Banshee sitting here. Gonna come in, try and be a little bit awkward. The Observer getting chrono boosted out. No other observers on the field as far as I'm aware yet. There is one somewhere, I'm not quite sure where it is. But here comes that Banshee picking off just a couple of probes for the fun of it. But any second now, we're going to see the Observer come over, and now suddenly that Banshee's in problems. Needs to be careful, needs to get out of the range of the Stalker. Trying to get a couple more kills, does manage to do so. That is always fun. We do have the second Banshee coming in now as well. And, well, we're going to see damage start being done everywhere. And this Banshee is just boss mode. 6 kills. Seriously, this Banshee is just, like, insanely good. Observers should now be sitting at either base, just making sure the mineral line is defended, which it is. We do have the second Banshee on its way in. If we look at the workers killed, only 7 still means Adele is miles and miles and miles and miles and miles ahead in terms of the working count. This single Banshee is just having a whale of a time. Just like, yep, gonna be killing dem probes because that is what I do. But is it gonna die itself? It does. The Banshee gets picked off. That's a nice little move. Adele taking the third base, and as you can see, Polt still hasn't actually taken any expansions, nor seems to be in any particular hurry to take an expansion. Instead, just moving these Marines forward, making sure the watchtowers are clear for this little surprise force of 3 tanks, which will have siege mode in a very, very nice one-base timing attack. Now, obviously, if this one-base timing does work, Adele could have problems, but the longer it waits, the worse it could get. But unfortunately, Adele just teching like mad, like really, really crazy, getting the robotics bay up now, starting on the first Colossus, or trying to. Unfortunately, supply blocked at the moment. The pylon will finish though. There comes the Colossus. It's not going to be there in time though. Will that watchtower scout everything? It very well could. We do have the Banshee moving forward. Is this force going to wait? It looks like it is. Polt going completely on the element of surprise, but I don't think surprise is going to have any effect on it, to be honest, because Adele just does not have enough stuff. Warping in more Zealots, still getting out that +1 armor. The reason you get the armor against Terran rather than weapons is because most of their damage comes from Marines, which are of course fast hitting but slow damage per hit, which means the difference in the percentage decrease in damage from getting 1 less hit damage per hit is huge. But here we go, the push coming, and well, this is where you panic mode, to be honest, and we do have those Stalkers doing some damage everywhere, trying to pick off the Banshee. No detection is available though. The tank's doing huge damage everywhere, but the Colossus comes out just in time, shredding those Marines absolutely madly like a complete boss. The Banshee does finish off though, and Adele GG's out, and Polt in what was a beautiful timing push. It's just like, hey, I won. Booyah. So guys, if you did enjoy the cast, please subscribe, leave a cool comment, like the video, that'd be great as well. Follow me on Twitter. If you want any more StarCraft, flick over to my channel because there's loads on there. And most of all, I hope you did enjoy. Thank you very much for watching. Bye for now.